So today I've chosen to use this video format as a way to express and put on record as to my thought process and where I'm at in a certain very specific opinion, and that's for how I feel about the President of the United States. I would tell you 6 months ago or 10 months ago that it would be, I thought there would never even be a chance. So, that's where my thoughts, tell you how far my thoughts have advanced to now where I believe he is the best candidate that we could have for president. Now, before you go down your path of all of his injustices and etc. I'm going to say one thing. I've left out all of the, if you know me in my videos, and I left out all the pomp and circumstance and fanciness, just so you understand that could be a normal, should have been or could be a normal thought process just for anyone if we just take some time just like think about some things. So moving forward, the reason why I believe this is based on the fact that I believe that we're moving towards a globalization of not just our infrastructure, our data, the way we do business as far as outsourcing. It's more than that. It's going to be a globalization of how we govern the world. That's a major reorg. And I think in order to do this, there will be superpowers or countries that are powerful that step forward and take the lead. And America, on its own, is not capable of doing that, and it wouldn't be, appropriate for America to say that or to believe that they could do that on their own. So, in that sense, America, some countries are going to have to partner up, right? And when we look at what the opportunities are, if we say currently, now say we look at China, right? Well, culturally, China, we have always had a very hard time and doing even good business with them. That's meaning because there's that cultural barrier, and they're very culturally minded, and it's embedded into all that they do. So without that, that would make things extremely difficult for us to partner. And I think Trump floated out the whole, you are the only ones that could keep North Korea at bay to see how they would respond, and they pretty much responded, no. No. So China as a partner, as for this, if we go forward with this globalization of government, probably a no-go. So where else are we looking, right? So we're looking Europe. Europe with Brexit, and seems to be crumbling and falling apart. And our relations have always been a bit tainted just because of us in Great Britain, and we declared our independence, and that has not always been the best relationship in general. So, and now with their tumbling of their government, they don't seem to be even a likely partner. Who else? Australia, whatever. So another thing about China is hedging their bets on the Dalai Lama passing, and even though he has no political control, or but he is an extreme force in maintaining some sense of somewhat safety and protection for Tibet. But when he's gone, they basically will have full reign and can to ravage their resources, which realm from environmental and economical as well, which is a great deal. Understand that. So we're kind of left with Russia. Now, Russia is just one person, Putin, and he's that guy you don't want to, yeah, he's like the Saddam. And we know we made a mistake with Saddam because Saddam was doing some things that, we knew and we could plan or understand or control. And then, okay, he's gone. And then, okay, ISIS and whatever, $50 billion to try to, whatever. But anyway, but number one, he's a businessman. That's really how it is. And he, it's more than just money and culture that entices him. He wants things, he wants to win or feel like he has the upper hand. So, someone who's going to play the business smooth type of game with him and see who's manipulating who's getting more out of the relationship. Well, in order to have someone to do that, have that type of relationship, especially with Putin, they definitely would have to have a business mindset. And we're looking at, okay, that's Donald Trump. And also a lack of patriotism. I mean, not that it's because in a sense, if we're moving to a globalization of governing of the world, if you don't make decisions that could benefit us or the country as a world entity, then because of your patriotism and you're too patriotic and we don't do certain things just because we don't do them, then that's going to inhibit us in a lot of ways. So Donald Trump doesn't really have that. So he's going to go smooth with Putin. He'll go have lunch with the Saudis, and he'll have that business mindset. And I understand Trump doesn't. He's not. He's a pawn as being kind of told what to do, but he's one of those Bruce Willis pawns he wants to be a cowboy, and he says he's going to do whatever he was going to do, but his border wall, his health care, a lot of things that he said just didn't happen. So I have to believe that they didn't happen. I think so. Also, I think to believe that yes, we have secret societies, probably in America, but in the global scale of things, they're just what they are. They're secret societies in America, and Trump himself, his family, is not part of the elite in America family, but those elite aren't. It's even a higher step above them, right? So I think that's why Trump is our best candidate, because Russia will be, and as you can see, because what we need Russia to do now is to manage Syria. And Trump just ended the CIA covert ops, arming the rebels to fight them. That benefits Russia. But Russia can do what they want, how they want to do it. But with their level of, that's just okay. He just burned down those villages. It's probably this way they are. But we have to understand that. So for me, I do believe that we're looking at the globalization of our government. I don't believe that we'll have another presidential election as we've come to know them, especially since this last one. There's so much speculation about what was done and what was not done, and no true analysis on what those things were and how to prevent them moving forward. So why should we have another election? So that's just my perspective. Now, I didn't, like I said, always feel that way. It's just took time, and thinking about things that are going on, but also thinking about things that I believe in and understanding that if I believe this, then okay, then it takes me down a path. And if I feel like if I don't keep track of those things, and I end up believing on both, making things doing things that don't make sense, or believing things that don't make sense, knowing that I believe otherwise. Such as believing that God has been taken out of anywhere by anybody for any reason, knowing the fact that he is omnipotent and can do whatever it is he wants to be. So where can we, you ask someone, where can we take God from that He wants to be? Ask them if they're going to say, well, He's omnipotent, right? So I don't understand. I guess I can't grasp that because I believe that. So I believe that, okay, if you just because you took the Lord's Prayer down and you don't want to say it anymore, you don't want to do this, okay, is that what you believe takes God out of something, out of somewhere? Because I don't really think that it does. And I believe that everything that we need to get back to Him is within us. And I believe He said that in the very book that you're speaking of. So things just don't, I mean, they don't add up. And then I can't get why the reporter is talking to this person and they're not even asking. I'm like, don't you just ask? You can ask 4 questions, I guarantee you. And I will have someone tell themselves that what they don't believe. And I'm just asking questions. Burp, burp, burpy derp. Because if you want to know where God is, I'm right on Thomas Circle, and there's about 10 churches within a 5-minute walk radius. See what's going on there, where supposedly God is. See what's going on, see what's going on there. And I don't know. All of a sudden, we decide we're going to be are we a Christian country? And is that how we do? Do we act like Christians? So when we see certain people, is that Christian-like? Even the way your mannerisms, the way you talk, the way you speak, or these? Because it should be, and if it's not, then it's not. But let's not pretend. The globalization of how governance. All the governance processes of America are all screwed up. You can go to the Inspector General, he'll tell you that. That's basically the root of every problem. Anytime there's an issue with any Inspector General, any organization, it's always the governance, 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 the governance. And it was combining of 2 divisions that had 2 separate functions, consolidating them, with one director being there, and usually he's the director of the service that no one cares about, and then he leaves, and then he's gone for like 6 months. So the organization is directorless for like 6 months, or has an acting director, and they have competing, priorities, and blah 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 blah. It happens. This keeps happening. It's happening. What's happening? Stop it. But I don't know. I just know for me, I just need to get that out of my chest, put it out there. I know there was no way I can write it down. Well, not that anybody will read it anyway. Not that anybody will see this anyway. But I say it. That's all I can do.